Commissioner Gordon, Bane has escaped.
Life offers two choices, the passive acceptance of tomorrow or the active claim of today. Most people live in the gray space of someday, where dreams are perennial and action is perennial. They drift in the lull of imagined futures, constantly feeding the idea that things will change when the stars align. This mindset creates a mirage of progress, a sense of motion without movement. It's an illusion, a comforting lie that wraps itself around you, whispering that there's no need to rush. But the truth is, waiting for the perfect moment is like standing at the edge of a river, hoping the current will slow down just for you. It never will. The water flows, the world turns, and the only real decision is whether you'll dive in or remain a spectator of your own life. There is a transformative power in choosing to start. The act of beginning is not just a physical move, but a declaration of intent. It shifts your identity from someone who wishes to someone who wills. The moment you decide to act, the universe responds, not through magic, but through the opportunities that open up when you step forward. Doors that were invisible before reveal themselves. Your perception sharpens. Your energy aligns with your ambition. This is not coincidence, but consequence. When you commit to progress, you activate a kind of momentum that draws resources, people, and circumstances into your orbit. It is as if the world recognizes your readiness and begins to meet you halfway. Most people fear starting because they fear failure. The comfort of the status quo, no matter how unfulfilling, feels safer than the unpredictability of action. But stagnation is its own kind of failure, a slow erosion of potential, a gradual dimming of the light within. True failure is not falling short, but failing to start at all. The battlefield of life is filled, not with those who tried and lost, but with those who never tried at all. It is a graveyard of untold stories, unfinished projects, and unrealized potential. When you take action, you declare war on this fate. You plant your flag on the hill of your own life, refusing to let hesitation write your story. Action is a language the universe understands. It cuts through the noise of intention, transforming abstract thoughts into concrete results. Each step forward is a message that you are ready, that you are serious, that you are here to create rather than observe. This energy is contagious. It inspires those around you, influences your environment, and changes the way you are perceived by the world. People start to see you not just as someone with ideas, but as someone with initiative. And initiative is a rare currency. It buys you opportunities, it earns you respect, it opens doors. The world belongs to those who show up, who try, who create evidence of their ambition through their actions. Every step you take builds not just external progress, but internal strength. You develop resilience, learning to navigate setbacks not as failures, but as lessons. The road is rarely straight, but the bends and detours serve a purpose. They build character, they test your resolve, they force you to adapt. Those who never start avoid this discomfort, but also miss out on the growth it brings. They remain on the sidelines, watching as others navigate the storm, never realizing that the rain is what makes the soil fertile. The discomfort of action is the birthplace of transformation. It is where the seeds of your potential break open and start to grow. There is a shift that happens once you begin. The mind, once resistant to change, becomes attached to progress. You start to see the fruits of your labor, however small, and they ignite a desire for more. You move from "can I do this" to "how much more can I achieve?" Your goals expand as your confidence grows. The finish line that once seemed distant begins to pull you forward like a magnet. You create a cycle of achievement not through grand gestures but through consistent, deliberate action. The beauty of this process is that success becomes not just a possibility, but an expectation. You train yourself to win, to finish, to follow through. When you decide to move forward, you also transform your relationship with time. No longer do you see days as spaces to fill, but as opportunities to seize. You become aware of how precious each moment is, how each choice contributes to the larger picture of your life. You start to invest your time rather than spend it. You prioritize progress over pleasure, fulfillment over comfort, purpose over passivity. This shift is not just practical but spiritual. It aligns you with a higher vision of yourself, one where you are the architect of your own fate. The clarity that comes with this perspective allows you to make decisions with confidence, to act with intention, to live with urgency. The journey of starting is not linear. It is filled with obstacles, doubts, and temptations to quit. But every challenge is a test of how much you want the life you envision. Those who persevere understand that the roadblocks are part of the path. They do not see them as signs to turn back, but as hurdles to clear. This mindset transforms struggles into stepping stones, losses into lessons, setbacks into setups for comebacks. You become someone who does not merely survive challenges, but thrives because of them. Each hardship adds to your story, contributing to the depth and richness of the legacy you're building. By choosing to act, you influence more than just your own life. You become a catalyst for change, a source of inspiration, a reminder to others that progress is possible. Your courage creates a ripple effect, encouraging those around you to examine their own choices, to question their own delays, to start their own journeys. The impact of action extends beyond what you can see. It plants seeds in the minds of those who witness your transformation. You may never know the full extent of your influence, but every step you take adds light to the world, making it just a little brighter, a little braver, a little more alive. There is a chasm between dreaming and doing, a gap filled with the echo of someday. It is a place where potential lies dormant, where ambition is tangled in the web of procrastination. This phantom timeline is seductive. It offers a promise without a deadline, hope without urgency, comfort without challenge. It tells you that your dreams are safe as long as they remain in the realm of later. But this safety is a trap. It is the slow erosion of possibility, the gradual theft of your life's purpose. When you dwell in the land of someday, you live in a perpetual state of preparation, never realizing that the perfect moment to start will never arrive. The truth is, waiting for the right time is like waiting for the ocean to dry. Life does not pause for your readiness. To transform potential into progress, you must anchor yourself in the present. There comes a moment when you must draw a line in the sand and declare that the time is now. This decision is not driven by circumstance but by conviction. It is the recognition that your dreams are not bound by external conditions but by your willingness to act. When you choose to begin, you tether yourself to reality. You create a foundation from which growth can emerge. You set roots in the present, allowing your aspirations to rise not as fantasies but as tangible results. You become the architect of your own destiny, laying each brick with intention, building a life that reflects not just what you desire, but what you are willing to work for. Action is the antidote to the illusion of tomorrow. It cuts through the haze of someday with the clarity of movement. When you take the first step, you disrupt the cycle of waiting. You create momentum, and momentum is a powerful force. It transforms the smallest action into a catalyst for change. The more you do, the more capable you become. You shift from a state of hesitation to a state of flow, where progress feels natural, even inevitable. The mind, once resistant to effort, becomes addicted to achievement. You start to see the fruits of your labor, and with each small victory, your confidence grows. The once daunting path now feels like a journey worth taking. Not because it is easy, but because it is yours. The beauty of starting lies not in immediate success, but in the act of beginning itself. It is a rebellion against passivity, a defiance of fear, a stand against the inertia of comfort. It does not matter if your first step is small, if your progress is slow, if your path is unclear. What matters is that you move. Every action, no matter how modest, is a step out of the shadows of someday and into the light of now. It is a statement to yourself and the world that you refuse to let life happen to you, that you are here to create, to contribute, to carve your name into the story of existence. When you commit to action, you also commit to change. You accept that growth requires discomfort, that progress demands sacrifice, that the life you want will not be handed to you. You must build it. This mindset transforms challenges into opportunities, failures into lessons, obstacles into milestones. Those who live with this mindset do not shy away from difficulty. They understand that the trials they face are not roadblocks, but rites of passage. Each struggle is a chapter in their story, each setback a plot twist that adds depth to their character. They do not seek a path of ease, but a path of meaning. And meaning is rarely found in the comfort zone. It is forged in the fires of perseverance. There is a profound freedom that comes with choosing to act. You break free from the chains of someday and step into a life where you are the driver, not the passenger. You stop measuring time by what could be and start measuring it by what you are creating. The days no longer slip by unnoticed because each one holds a purpose, each moment a chance to build. You find joy not only in the results but in the process. The journey itself becomes a source of fulfillment because you know that with every effort you are moving closer to the life you envision. You are not waiting for opportunities, you are making them. When you move from intention to action, you also shift your identity. You are no longer someone who dreams of achieving, you are someone who achieves. This change is not just semantic, it is transformational. The mind begins to align with this new narrative. You start to make decisions that support your progress. You build habits that reinforce your goals. You surround yourself with influences that elevate your thinking. This shift creates a ripple effect, influencing every aspect of your life. Your actions become a testament to your discipline, your results a reflection of your resilience, your life a mirror of your mindset. The most significant impact of choosing action over delay is not external but internal. You gain a sense of agency, a belief in your ability to influence your reality. You understand that while you cannot control everything, you can always control how you respond, how you adapt, how you move forward. This realization is empowering. It removes the excuses, the blame, the victimhood. You no longer see yourself as subject to the whims of fate, but as a force capable of shaping it. This mindset does not eliminate challenges, but changes how you face them. You meet adversity with grit, knowing that every hardship is an opportunity to prove to yourself what you're made of. Living with action as your anchor allows you to experience life fully. You stop drifting through the days and start navigating them with purpose. You make choices that align with your values. Take risks that reflect your ambitions, and engage in experiences that enrich your existence. You become intentional with your time, treating it not as an infinite resource, but as a precious gift. You stop filling your days with distractions and start filling them with steps toward your dreams. This shift is not about doing more, but about doing what matters. It is about living with depth, with clarity, with an unwavering commitment to the life you want to create. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a responsibility. When you take a moment to truly assess your life, to measure your circumstances against the broader spectrum of human experience, you might realize how extraordinary it is to even have the freedom to dream, to pursue a goal, to aspire for something greater, to choose a path. These are privileges denied to many. Some are trapped in survival mode, where dreaming is a luxury they cannot afford. Others are bound by circumstances beyond their control, limited by geography, oppression, or sheer bad luck. If you have the space to dream, the health to work, the freedom to choose, then you already hold in your hands the raw materials of a meaningful life. The greatest act of gratitude you can show is not merely to say thank you, but to use these gifts to their fullest potential. Action is gratitude in motion. It is the recognition that you owe it not only to yourself, but to the world to become the best version of who you can be. We are not isolated beings. We exist within an intricate web of connections. When you choose to grow, to learn, to push beyond your limits, you contribute to this network. Your actions, whether you realize it or not, ripple outwards. They influence your family, your friends, your colleagues, even strangers who might observe your journey from a distance. When you rise, you lift those around you. When you choose courage over comfort, you become a beacon for others who struggle with their own fears. You add a note of light to the collective human experience, making the whole network just a little bit brighter. The concept of being a node within a network is not merely a metaphor. It is a reality. The choices you make create real-world consequences. Imagine if every person who had the privilege to dream also had the discipline to act. Imagine the innovation, the compassion, the progress that would unfold. By taking positive action, you contribute to a chain reaction of betterment. You might inspire someone who needs a push, comfort someone who needs hope, or guide someone who feels lost. Your story, even if it is imperfect and filled with setbacks, becomes a narrative of possibility. It says to those around you, "If I can do it, so can you." Your success is not just a personal victory, but a communal gain. Too often, gratitude is reduced to a quiet moment of reflection, a brief acknowledgement of the good in your life. But true gratitude is active. It asks you to honor the gifts you have been given by using them. It challenges you to convert appreciation into action. If you have health, use it to pursue your goals with vigor. If you have freedom, use it to explore, to experiment, to take risks. If you have knowledge, share it. If you have influence, wield it with integrity. Each action you take is a thank you to the universe. It is proof that you recognize the opportunity you have and that you refuse to let it go to waste. Living with gratitude does not mean living without ambition. On the contrary, it means striving even harder because you understand the value of what you have. It means refusing to settle, not because you are dissatisfied, but because you are grateful. The most profound way to honor your privileges is to push them to their limits. You do not become better out of greed or pride, but out of respect for the gifts you hold. You know that every moment spent in action is a moment spent honoring those who do not have the same opportunities. It is a way of giving back to the world that has given so much to you. This sense of gratitude-driven urgency transforms how you approach each day. You wake up not with dread, but with purpose. You understand that every sunrise is an invitation to move closer to your goals. You do not waste time because you know time is not promised. You do not procrastinate because you realize that every delay is a disservice to the privileges you hold. You stop seeing challenges as setbacks and start seeing them as chances to prove your gratitude through perseverance. The obstacles on your path become not barriers, but opportunities to demonstrate resilience. When you live this way, you create an upward spiral of influence. Your actions inspire others to take their own. Your courage gives them permission to find their own. Your discipline sets a standard that others are encouraged to meet. This ripple effect is how progress happens, not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. You become a catalyst, a point of inspiration in the network of humanity. Your life becomes a reminder that privilege carries responsibility, and that the greatest responsibility is to act. The impact of your actions extends far beyond your immediate circle. You never know who is watching, who is taking notes, who is finding strength in your journey. Perhaps a child sees your perseverance and decides to chase their own dreams. Perhaps a colleague notices your discipline and adopts it in their own work. Perhaps a friend, struggling with self-doubt, finds solace in your story of persistence. Each person you touch carries a part of your light forward, passing it on to others, contributing to a collective rise in potential. In this way, living with gratitude is not just about counting your blessings, but about multiplying them. You take what you have been given and create more. More progress, more inspiration, more impact. You understand that life is not just about what you get, but what you give. By turning potential into action, you contribute to a cycle of positivity that feeds not only your soul, but the world around you. You add value to the network of humanity, ensuring that your presence is not just a passing moment, but a lasting influence. Time is the most seductive illusion. It stretches before you, vast and undulating like an endless ocean. Each wave promises another tomorrow, another chance, another opportunity to begin. The horizon feels infinite, and with it comes the dangerous comfort of thinking you have all the time in the world. You drift, lulled by the gentle sway of this illusion, believing that there is no rush. You become a passenger, not a captain, floating rather than steering, surviving rather than thriving. But time is not an ocean. It is a river, always moving forward, always carrying you downstream. The shore, once distant, approaches with a quiet, unrelenting speed. Those who wake up to this truth early in life gain an advantage. They develop a sense of urgency, not out of fear, but out of respect for the finite nature of existence. The moment you understand that time is limited, everything changes. You stop waiting for the perfect moment because you realize the perfect moment is a myth. You understand that the clock is always ticking, that every second not spent moving forward is a second lost forever. This shift is not about panic, but about purpose. It transforms your perspective, sharpening your focus, igniting a fire within you that burns away excuses. You begin to see each day not as an endless stretch of time to fill, but as a container with limited space. Space that should be filled with intention, with action, with steps that lead you closer to your goals. A sense of urgency gives weight to your decisions. It forces you to prioritize, to distinguish between what matters and what is merely noise. You stop saying yes to every request, every distraction, every fleeting desire. Instead, you guard your time fiercely, knowing that it is the most valuable resource you possess.